Good evening, everybody, and welcome again to the 14 Eagles Screen Share webinar. My name is Greg Phillips. We hope you guys had a great week. We have a lot of positive things going on. As you guys know, the 14 Eagles platform is up and running again and doing great, and we just want to invite everybody to bring their friends and family to come visit us every Thursday night at 8:30 so you can see what we're doing and how the campaign is going along and things that we're about to do. We're about to be able to do some very, very powerful things, and we want any of our friends and family to join us as quickly as possible. With that being said, Bryant, you have the floor.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Hello, everybody. This is Brian Frazier, one of the facilitators of 14 Eagles, and we welcome you to the 14 Eagles webinar/conference call. The first thing I want to do, as always, before we get started, is just to give a quick update. As Greg said, our platform is up and running. People are coming in again to the platform, registering and sending and receiving gifts. Since we've just got it back up and running again, we had to take care of a glitch that was in it, and we had to shut it down for a bit and then take care of that glitch, and so we've done that, and it's back up and going. But what we ask of you is, as you use the platform, anything that you see, that any discrepancies, anything that doesn't work properly, please let us know. Send us an email at controltower@14eaglesden.com and let us know if you're having any problems with the system at all. Or you can also call us on our member service number. Let me do this real quick so you can see the information real quick. You can also call us at our member service number, which is 301-684-1216, and let us know any problems that you're having with the platform itself. We want to make sure that everything is running smoothly, and so if anything does happen, we need you to let us know so we can take care of it and make sure everything is running good, especially before we start the campaign. So we want to make sure that nobody's having any problems or anything like that. Okay. So let me get into the meat of the matter. 14 Eagles. Some people know about 14 Eagles because we have been around for a few years now. And so some people do know about 14 Eagles. Some people are in 14 Eagles. Some have been in and not in anymore. Okay. But most people have never heard of 14 Eagles. Okay. Most people you run into have never heard of 14 Eagles. And so we're trying to get the word out. 14 Eagles is a gifting platform. Okay, and we're not ashamed of that. Okay, it's a gifting platform, and and the reason why I say that is because when people hear the word gifting, okay, their antennas go up. They get a red flag. Okay, because in the past, gifting platforms had a negative connotation to it. All right, and so we're trying to dispel those myths and those negative connotations about gifting platforms. Yes, there were gifting platforms in the past, and yes, there were some gifting platforms that were very scrupulous, okay, that were just designed to take people's money and move on to the next group of people. All right, and so we don't fit that category, and it's obvious because we're still around and those other gifting platforms are long gone. And so with that being said, we've taken the gifting platform to a whole nother level, and we're very proud of that. And so that's why on these calls, one of the main things that we like to do on this call and on this webinar is to really go over the concept of what 14 Eagles does and why we're here. Right? It's one thing to learn about the gifting process which you can learn about the gifting process right here on our 14 Eagles community website. It can give you every detail of the platform itself and how it works. And there's a nice little short video that explains the whole platform and how you send and receive gifts. All right? And it's very simple and very easy to understand. And, you know, it's always best for you to watch the video so you can see how it works. And then if you have any questions, then you can really, you know, ask a very intelligent question about it. Because therefore, whenever you get the answer, then it will make sense to you. Okay? Because it's hard for when people ask a question about a platform that they've never seen before, all right, or never seen the process before, and then they ask a question, and then when you give them the answer, they still not going to understand what the answer is because they've never seen the actual platform itself. Okay, so we really, you know, encourage you to look at the video that's on the team website or the community website, and get the gist of the platform. But the money is not our main issue here. Okay, we really stress the concept of 14 Eagles and what it's all about, and we feel that if people really understand the concept of 14 Eagles and what we're about and what we're trying to accomplish and what we're trying to do in our communities, then the gifting part just falls into place. Everything just makes sense then. Okay? But before I really get into the concept of what we do and why we do it, one thing I do want to go over right off the bat is the real big red flag that comes up when you're talking about these types of things. You know, whenever you talk about bringing someone into something or inviting someone or quote-unquote recruiting someone, because that's what most people in the industry use, that word recruiting. Whenever you have to bring someone in, the first thing that comes to people's mind is that, oh, you're talking about one of those pyramid things. And so I find that when people say that, they really don't understand what they're talking about. And they say it as a reflex instead of saying it through knowledge. And so what I want to do before we even go into what we do here at 14 Eagles and what we're about is to really get people to understand and break down the pyramid scheme. All right? Because most people don't know what a pyramid is. All right? They have their own, you know, misperceptions about it. And that's why they relate it to anything that they have to bring someone into. And you find it mostly in the multi-level marketing industry. Whenever you're involved in a multi-level marketing or network marketing type of concept, then that's the first thing that comes to people's minds, is a pyramid. And so we want to educate people on that so they don't get confused about what we do. Okay, and you know, about what multi-level marketing is really all about. Okay, because none of those things are pyramids. So that's why I put up here the definition of a pyramid. And it's a very simple definition. It's not the full definition of it, but it's enough information in this short definition to get people to understand exactly what it is and why you know, it's frowned upon. And the definition is, a pyramid scheme is a fraudulent system of making money based on recruiting an ever-increasing number of investors. The initial promoters recruit investors who in turn recruit more investors and so on. The scheme is called a pyramid because at each level the number of investors increase. Now the key word here is investors. That's the key word, is investors. And any time that you have a platform or any type of system where people come in and they invest their money, that means that they're looking for some type of rate of return on their money, right? And in most of these illegal pyramid schemes, they use the investors who come in last into the system to pay the investors who came in first, right? And so thus that makes it a pyramid scheme, or what is readily known also as a Ponzi scheme. So this is what people are confusing with MLM, network marketing, and in our case, gifting platforms. And so they say it's a pyramid scheme. Well, no, it's not, because no one that comes into 14 Eagles is investing any money. All right? No one in 14 Eagles is getting a rate of return on their money. And no one in 14 Eagles is, matter of fact, we don't even make money. We don't even make an income in 14 Eagles. So, this definition has nothing to do with what we do in 14 Eagles. And so if we really study this definition and we, take it to heart, then when someone says something like, oh, that's a pyramid scheme, you can break it down to them and let them know what a pyramid scheme really is. Because I think it's very important for people to be able to distinguish the two. All right? And so it's very important, because people really, really are misguided when they use that phrase when you're talking about bringing someone in or inviting someone into a platform. So we have to really educate the public out there, and it's up to us to do that, because some people may miss their opportunity just because they think it's a pyramid and it's something illegal or something sinister. Now, real briefly, I do want to show you there's another concept that people relate to a pyramid, right? But people really just don't pay attention to. And it's just the structure of a pyramid. So when people, in their mind's eye, see the structure of a pyramid and you're inviting people in, they see this triangle structure of a pyramid and they get turned off by it. And all because of their miseducation and misperceptions about what the structure of a pyramid is really about. And so, but then they don't realize that the very place that they work at, most people work for some type of corporation or corporation-like facility. And they don't realize that the very place that they work in is an actual pyramid structure, the one that most people are kind of standoffish about. So I want to show that real quick so people can understand. Corporate America is a pyramid structure. So is that bad? Well, it all depends on how you look at it. Because let's take a look at it for a second. You have a pyramid structure here. And in this structure, in corporate America, you have all your employees, right? And we can agree that in most corporations, in most jobs, there's more employees than there is management. Well, we agree on that. Okay? And as you go higher up into the corporate structure, into this pyramid structure, there's less and less positions to attain the higher up you go. So therefore, if you want to make more money in this corporate pyramid structure, then you have to attain one of these higher positions. There's less positions here for you to attain. So when you get into lower management, that's your supervisors. Okay? Well, employees, they try to get supervisor positions. Why? Because they can make more money as a supervisor. And they have to learn their craft. Whatever they do, they learn it, they become proficient at it, and hopefully they can move up to get a supervisor position. So I'm sure this sounds familiar to most of us. Okay, so anybody that's ever been on a job, they know that, hey, look, if I apply myself, know the right people, I can probably get a supervisor position and supervise other employees. And of course, it pays a little higher money. Well, then they have upper management. Okay, in upper management, they require you to what? To go to school, get some training, get degrees or whatever, so you can move up higher into the pyramid structure and attain another position, a higher paying position. But as we move up, it's even less positions at the upper management than the lower management. And then we have the CEO, the president, okay, the top guy, the head cheese, right? And of course, he makes more money than everybody. Everybody in the whole corporate pyramid structure, okay, he makes the most money. Now, as an employee coming in at the entry level position, what are your chances of becoming the CEO of that structure? What are your chances? Okay, if you apply yourself, go to school, get all the right, training, know all the right people, then yeah, there's a possible chance you could become the CEO. Can you? All right. Well, for most of us, we have like zero chance, right? For most people, I would say 99% of the people have zero chance of becoming the CEO. So, this is a pyramid structure. It's not a pyramid scheme, but it's a pyramid structure. So when people say, oh, that's one of them pyramid things. Okay. Well, you're in a pyramid thing, right? If you work a job, you're in a pyramid too. Do you like that pyramid? Do you want to get out of that pyramid? You see what I'm saying? So I hope you understand that. That's a pyramid structure. That's what most people look at when somebody is trying to invite them into something, bring them into a platform or quote unquote recruit people in to something. That's the first thing to come out their mouth. Oh, you're in one of them pyramid things. Okay, well, so are you. See, it's just misperceptions that people get. Now, watch this. Now, in the networking industry, dealing in marketing, where you got your MLMs, you got your networking companies, you got your direct sale marketing companies, okay? They're in a pyramid too. It is a pyramid. But it's like what I like to refer to as an upside down pyramid. And why do we have it turned upside down? Because of this. Whenever someone comes into this pyramid, there's only room for one person to come in to this particular pyramid. And then you start to grow it. By what? Inviting, sponsoring, and quote unquote recruiting other people in. Well, as you see here, as you bring other people in, guess what they're doing? They're starting the same thing. They're starting at the same place you start. And in most of the MLM structures, the network marketing structures, direct sales structures, the higher you go, the more money you make, right? The higher levels you get to in the company, the more money you make. So therefore, the more people you bring in, the more chances those people get a chance to make more money. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a different concept here. But most people, when they say pyramid thing, they don't see this. They don't understand the differences between the two. Well, let's look at it real quick. You have the two structures side by side. One pyramid structure, which is corporate America, okay, is the top of the pyramid is at the top, where only one person can be at the top, but everybody else comes in at the bottom, okay, of this pyramid. And to attain the top position is almost impossible. But in this pyramid, in the network marketing model, everybody comes in at the bottom, but there's only room for one person at a time at the bottom. And as you move up, there's enough room for everybody to move up in this pyramid. Now watch this. Even though you bring someone into this pyramid structure, and you're the one that brought them in, you're the one that's quote-unquote recruited them in, guess what? They have an opportunity to get to a higher level than you. They don't need your permission or anything. They have an opportunity to get to a higher level than you, and they get a chance to make more money than you. Now, isn't that different? But in this corporate structure over here, if I told someone about this corporate structure and I said, look, they're hiring over here at my company, come on over here and see if you can get a job. And they get in, okay, could they get higher than you? Let's say you're a supervisor, and you're supervising the employees, and you help somebody come in. Would this supervisor, you as a supervisor, would you tell that person that's just came in a level entry, would you tell them everything about your job? Would you let them know every little thing about your job on how to do your job? Would you let them know that? Would you teach them how to do that? In most cases, no. Why? Because if that person is better than you at your job, they might put you out of your job. You wouldn't tell them anything about your job until you can move up, right? It's a different mentality here. But see, over in this structure, when someone comes in and you invite someone in, you're going to tell them everything you know on how to move up in this structure. Why is that? Because if they make money, you make money too. Does that make sense? So matter of fact, if I'm in this structure and I invite you in, I want you to make more money than me. Why is that? Because if you make more money than me, that helps me make money too. So why wouldn't I do that? Over here, I don't have much incentive to do that. But over here, I do. Which pyramid would you want to be in? Okay. Everybody gets to go to the top if they want to in this pyramid, but hardly nobody can get to the top in this pyramid. People work 40 and 50 years and never get to the top in this pyramid. You follow what I'm saying here? I just wanted to go over that with you real briefly, because most people that have no idea the differences between the two, but yet they'll say pyramid in a heartbeat. So I hope that made sense to you. You know, I really do. I hope I explained it okay, where it made sense to you. Because we got people out there that are passing up opportunity after opportunity after opportunity because they think you're bringing them a pyramid. Oh, you're talking about one of those pyramid things. See, so now you can kind of break this down to people. No, I'm not doing it. I'm trying to get out of a pyramid. Okay? I'm trying to get out of the pyramid. Okay. All right, so with that in mind, 14 Eagles. Let me show you what 14 Eagles is. If you come to our website and you come and look at our welcome, This will give you a great perspective of what 14 Eagles is all about. And I just want to read this real quick. It's very short, but it really, really gives you a good perspective of what 14 Eagles is all about. 14 Eagles is a platform that provides like-minded people from all walks of life the opportunity to help one another. 14 Eagles is not a business. It's not a corporation. It's not a network marketing organization. Rather, it's a private invitation-only, global community of people who believe in the principle that by helping others in that process, we help ourselves. That's the premise of 14 Eagles. As we give, so shall we receive. 14 Eagles commonly uses a unique online gifting platform that allows members to come together for mutual interest, commitment, and prosperity. 14 Eagles has taken a concept that is actually thousands of years old, giving, sharing, and accepting, and merged it with the modern-day technology to create a virtual community, a community that has developed its own economy of peer-to-peer giving and sharing, which provides economic stability to become self-sufficient and self-sustaining. The 14 Eagles community is a bridge used to move people from a debt-based system formed on selling, buying, and taking to a collaborative-based system formed on giving, sharing, and accepting. The virtual community creates a paradigm shift in consciousness that inspires people to work together and garners love and harmony on a whole new spiritual level. There is a universal law, God's law. Whatever you give out into the universe, you will get back in abundance. If you are someone that has a heart for giving and genuinely like helping people, then get with the individual who referred you to the 14 Eagles community and let them know you want to be a part of this growing movement to change the world into the place it was meant to be. To register for 14 Eagles community is free, but to send and receive gifts through the platform, you will need to get a Cash App or OG Pay accounts. Get with the member that invited you to walk you through that process. That's it. That's all we do. We're here to help each other. We're here to learn from one another by giving, sharing, and accepting. You know, we got a motto now. We give from the heart, we share the love, and we accept our blessings. That's what it's all about. You know, we have a sizzle call too. And if you call the sizzle call, it's very interesting how we're trying to tell people how to give. We're showing people how to give and how to accept. But you know, when someone receives something from somebody, oh man, they feel so good. If for instance, someone was about to be put out of their apartment because they don't have the rent, and you give them the rent. You give them the rent money so they can stay in their apartment, so they don't get put out. You know that how good that person's going to feel when you do that? But here's the key. When you give that person the money to be able to pay their rent, yeah, they feel good, but nobody feels better than you, the person who gave it to them. And I know you've helped somebody like that before. I know you know what that feeling is. Imagine having that feeling all the time. That's what 14 Eagles is about. Having the feeling that you know that the little bit that you gave through this platform helped somebody. And just like we said down here, God's law, universal law, whatever you give out, you'll get back in abundance. That's universal law, y'all. So what we're doing here at 14 Eagles is we're trying to transform people's consciousness, trying to change people's mentalities. And the only way we can do that is to teach each other, learn from one another. So it's more than just giving monetarily to people. We need to give more sharing of information, more sharing of our knowledge, to expand our consciousness, to be able to go out here and change the world. Because that's what we want to do here, is change the world. Because there's too many people out here that are homeless. There's too many people out here that's not eating. There's too many people out here hitting people over the head, taking what little bit of money they do have. Why? Because it's because of scarcity. People don't have enough. And the system that we deal in, that is the progenitor of that. The monetary system that we deal in, which is a debt system, is designed to keep everyone in debt, broke, and subservient to that system. Well, we're trying to make a way out by building what? A virtual community. A virtual community. That's what we're doing here. And so sometimes it may take a little time for people to understand that concept. See, we're doing something here that most people are not doing. Now, there's a lot, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of organizations, a lot of people out here trying to help people. And that's good. And that's what we're looking for. But nobody is doing it in this way. And so, to even expand this even more, we've partnered with Fund Me 24/7. Fund Me 24/7 is an organization that deals in crowdfunding. And it allows people to set up their own project, personal or business. And through using crowdfunding, they're able to raise funds for whatever personal project that they may have. You may want to start a college fund for your kids so they can go to college when they get out of high school. That's a project. That's a personal financial project that you can raise money for. Maybe you went to school and racked up a lot of college debt. Well, guess what? That's a project that you can raise money for. Maybe you need a new roof on your house. That's a project. Maybe you want a down payment for a house. That's a project. Or maybe you're just trying to get out of debt, period. That's a project. Or maybe you're the one that wants to start a nonprofit organization to help feed people in your community. That's a project. And see, with Fund Me 24/7, they've taken the crowdfunding industry and took it to a whole nother level. So now you see why we're partnered with Fund Me 24/7. And we have them on our website here. Because we're all working together to do the same thing. Change the world. To make the world a better place. Yeah, we all need contributions and gifts. We all need monetary funds to do things, to help us get out of debt. But that's only part of the equation. We've been stuck in a system that has kept us in a slave mentality all of our lives. So it's up to us to take ourselves out of that condition. And as we learn how to get out of that condition, we need to teach it to others. So we need to share the information that we have so everybody can get out of that condition, physically and mentally. And so by building this virtual community, we can garner the funds that we need. We can get the information that we need and take this, what we gain in this virtual community, and take it out into the real world, into the physical world, to affect an effective change. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm talking about here. Because this is why Fund Me 24/7 and 14 Eagles have joined together. On this site, we encourage you to watch these 3 videos down here. Are you a connector? One small town, and your body is an illusion. If you watch these 3 videos, that will give you a bird's eye view of what we're trying to accomplish here. And we need all the help we can get. We got a lot of people to go out here and save. A lot. It's a lot of people out here hurting. There's some people out here hurting don't even know they're hurting. That's the frame of mind that they're in. They just think it's a normal thing. No, it's not normal to be broke. It's not normal to want something and can't have it, or to need something and can't get it. That's not a normal thing. That's done by design. And we have to change that. And we're going to change it. And up here, we have the 14 Eagles video. Tells you how the platform works. Fund Me 24/7 shows you how crowdfunding through Fund Me 24/7 works. Feed Me 24/7 shows you how to bring people to the platform. We got everything you need. Have everything that you need. But it's up to us to step forward and do that. Now, before I go any further, I just want to real quick, because of our partnership with Fund Me 24/7, I do want you to hear from him, the guy who runs Fund Me 24/7. Because, see, this is not just something to do for us. This is not a hobby. Okay? This is real stuff. This is real saving of lives. And if we take it very, very seriously. We have fun doing it. Why? Because that's what we love to do. We love to help people. And so what I want to do is I want to bring Mark up, because the reason why I want him to say something, because the program that he is running is, you can tell, if you ever know Mark, you can tell that he runs it, because he's always trying to do something for the people, because that's how he is. And he's the perfect person to try to run something like this. So, Mark, can you open up your mic real quick?
Peace and blessings. I'm here.
All right. Could you tell the people a little bit about Fund Me 24/7 and what you're doing to try to help the people?
Okay. As Brian said, Fund Me 24/7, what we do is we provide a platform for anybody that's 18 and over that has any type of project that they want to do, so long as it's legal, moral, and ethical. Because, as Brian also said, as we've been listening, we live in a debt-based society. It's designed to keep us in debt. But here at Fund Me 24/7, what we try to do is create a lifestyle by design, by doing good. And what we try to do is help people all over the world. We've got over 22,000 members to get out of debt one by one, group by group, community by community. And that's why we collaborate with 14 Eagles, because as you can see in 14 Eagles, you get information that a lot of people are not even privy to. And the thing is that one of my favorite people that some of you probably have heard of and some of you probably not have heard of is Einstein, who's Albert Einstein. And he said that education is not just the learning of facts, but it's the training of the mind to think. And that's what I love about 14 Eagles, because Brian Fraser makes you think. I've learned a lot of things, so that's why we figure coming together, we have a perfect partnership that we can, first of all, educate people, and then second of all, they can receive gifts as well as raise money on our platform to do anything that they want to do. Again, so long as legal, moral, and ethical. So we're happy to be able to talk to you on this platform and to let you know that we're here for you just as well as 14 Eagles, because you actually can call us one and the same, because Brian Fraser and I have the same type of heart. It's the people that we love, and it's the people that we care about. And we want to see the people free. free of debt, because half the people in the United States every night go to bed wondering, how am I going to pay that bill the next morning? How am I going to educate my child? And those types of things. So that's what we're here for. That's what I'm on the planet for. And that's why I thank the Creator for having 14 Eagles and being able to partner with them. Thank you, Brian. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. And thank you for being there. You know, we getting ready to do some magnificent things. And if you're not in 14 Eagles or Fund Me 24/7 now, we encourage you to get involved. We're not going to talk you into it. We're not going to beg you to get in, you know, because we want you to do this because it's on your heart to do it. Because you have a heart to give to someone, to help someone. And don't think just because you're in it and you're trying to bring other people in it, you know, that, you know, you're not giving by helping someone get in. Okay? You're giving someone an opportunity. That's what you want to give. You want to give them the opportunity to come in and take part in this. And by you giving them the opportunity, guess what? That helps give back to you. And you don't have to be ashamed of that. All right? We have nothing to sell here. We have no quotas to meet every month. We're not a corporation, so there's no corporation, there's nothing to sell. So guess what? There's no income. There's no income. We give from our hearts to one another. And that's the difference. That's why you keep 100% of the money. It belongs to you. We're a different concept here. So it takes people a minute to transition their minds into what we're doing. Because people are not used to this. They're not used to giving in this way and being able to receive in this way. So it's an education process. But that's okay. That's okay. We want to educate. We want to help transform people's minds. And so, and coming soon, you'll see coming soon, we have a members only section here. And in the members only, we're going to have that open here soon, where you're going to get a wealth of information right at your fingertips. And a lot of information that you're going to receive, we encourage you to go and investigate it, study it, look it up, research it for yourself. Don't take anything that we put on this site for granted. Okay? You don't have to believe anything. Matter of fact, we don't want you to believe everything. We want you to go and research it. Because if you find something out about it new, we want you to come back and report to us and let us know. Because that's what it's about. Teaching each other. Working together. So we can all reach a common goal. That's what it's all about. And so with our virtual community, you can't have a community without businesses. So even in our community, we encourage you to go out to the businesses and invite them into 14 Eagles. Because we probably need what they have. Okay? In the physical world, if you're in a community, you need businesses, right? You need a grocery store, you need a clothing store, and everything in between. So the same thing is in the physical world, we want to put in the virtual world too. Businesses. And we want you to bring people in that have businesses. Because a business, they can't lose. Why? Because we're allowing businesses to advertise to our community right here on our community website. They get to advertise. But here's the bottom line to this. They get to advertise for free. For free. They don't have to pay 14 Eagles any money. They get to advertise for free. Do you know how much it costs for any business, brick or mortar, network marketing, doesn't matter what your business is, do you know how much it costs to advertise? Advertising is big business. And they charge a lot of money to advertise. Even on websites, they charge money to advertise. That's how people that have websites, that's how they make their money, by selling advertisement. Well, guess what? Here at 14 Eagles, we don't sell you advertisement. Our currency here at 14 Eagles is people. People. You want to advertise on our website? We ask you to help build the community. And if you help build the community, you can continue to advertise on our site. Now that's a win-win-win for a business. Because now a business can come on here and advertise for free. Don't have to pay any money. And if they help build the community, now they're adding to the community of the people that may take part in their goods and services. Right? So they have a direct effect on who's going to buy their goods and services. But here's the kicker. Because they are a part of the community, guess what? They're helping to build the community. Guess what? They're receiving contributions and gifts as well, while they're advertising their goods and services. And in some cases, not all, but in some cases, they may receive more contributions and gifts than they sell goods and services. Now, I bet you ain't never heard that before. We're creating something totally new, totally different than what most people are used to. And once they understand our concept and what we do, everything else just falls in place. So I hope everybody understands that. I hope you kind of get the picture of what we're trying to show here. Okay? Because it's more than just about money. Yes, money is very important, especially in the economy that we live in. But it's more than just that. We have to change our thinking because we've been duped too long in this system. And we have to make a change. We have to get out in order to go back and help people. We have to get out of it, get what we can, and go back and really help people to affect change. And so in our virtual community, this is a place for people to come. This is a place for people to come. All right. So what I want to do real quick, I want to bring on my partner in crime. He's been with me every step of the way with 14 Eagles. Matter of fact, without him, it probably would be no 14 Eagles. I call him Mr. 14 Eagles. And we've seen it all doing this thing. And he's like a brother to me. And he lives in New York and I live in Maryland. And it's like we're side by side. That's the way it is. And we think alike. You know, great minds always think alike anyway, right? But I want to bring up Mr. 14 Eagles, Greg Phillips, to close us out. Greg?
Hey, how's everybody? Thank you, Brian. Very powerful call again. Mark, we thank you for taking our time. For you also coming aboard and letting people know of this collaboration that we have with these two fantastic platforms here. One of the things that we do with 14 Eagles, we do something like Brian was saying and Mark was also saying, we try to share information that no one else gets their hands on. And we do something called a video of the week. Every week we try to search everywhere we can to find information that we think that's going to be prudent to the 14 Eagles platform and how it works and why it works. One of the things Brian talks about, and I totally agree with him, is this here. It's about the concept of making this work. And the video of the week this week was about 9 things that wealthy people do that poor people don't do. Okay? And as I told you guys before, poor to me is just an acronym for passing over opportunities repeatedly. Okay? And what it does, it breaks down the mindset that you must have in order to change so that you can become wealthy in any shape, fashion, format you want to. And that's what the Fortune Eagles is all about. And that's to make sure that you understand that if you don't like something in your life, you have to change something in your life to make it better. And that's what this does. You know, it talks about reading. I was on one of the calls that we had with Fund Me 24/7, and Mark also talked about this. You know, the universe is not random, so why do we get up and do things randomly? You know, we get up every morning, we don't plan our day, we don't give great gratitude, you know, and abundance and love for the things that the Creator has given us already. Just the fact that you wake up every day, man, that's, you know, you're 90% on the way. You know, when I talk to people every day and they ask me, well, how you feeling today, I say, hey, you know what? My feet hit the ground and I'm still around, so it's a good day, you know. And you have to have your affirmations. You have to have a way to make sure you understand that we have to change the way we think. And one of the reasons why we like to pay it forward for people is because a lot of our friends and families don't understand that when we say, you know, give from the heart, share your love, and accept your blessings, a lot of us are fearful of accepting our own blessings, you know, because deep down inside, in order to become abundantly healthy, abundantly wealthy, and abundantly spiritually and gifted, is you have to change your mindset and the way you think. And most people are just too scared to do that. And that's one of the reasons why we always try to make sure people understand, pay it forward for someone. You know, you believe it. You understand what this can do. You see the power of the Fortune Eagles platform, okay? We have to make sure that our loved ones can see the power of this also. And the only way they're going to see that is by looking at us, and we have to change the way we think about ourselves, because you can't help anybody else until you help yourself. So with that being said, I wanted to thank everybody again for coming to the call. What we're going to do right now, we're going to stop the recording. So if anybody has any questions they'd like to ask us, we're here for that. So, you know, feel free. And we also want you to understand that